Good day, class. My name is Joseph Spears. I'm going to give you a little introduction to myself. The topic I'm actually going to talk about, I think, correlates well to this class, which was my fear of public speaking, which I still have, but I had to learn to overcome. So to give you an example of how bad it impacted me, back in freshman English class in high school, I had a situation where we had to do a research paper on a topic that we were allowed to pick, and then we had to give a presentation on that paper and that particular topic. I had picked a topic that was a little more controversial, but it was one I was passionate about. I had written a great paper. I made an A on the paper. When I got up to do the speech, we had to do a 3 to 5 minute speech. At the 3-minute mark, they were going to hold up a green flag. At the 4-minute mark, they were going to hold up a yellow one. And at the 5-minute, they were going to hold up a red, letting you know that you're done. I got up there and I started strong. I interacted with the class. I was giving my presentation, using my notes just sparingly, just for quick little reminders. And after about a minute of doing that, I stopped. I started looking around the class. I would look down at my notes, and I'd keep looking around the class, and I could see fear in my classmates' eyes as they saw me struggling up there. Eventually, I saw them hold up that green flag. I still just looked around the classroom and kept going back to my notes, didn't say a thing. Once they held up the yellow flag, I knew I had to finish the speech. So I finally just continued my speech, and I wrapped it up very quickly right at the 5-minute mark. And I did a good job when I was talking, but for 3 minutes, I said nothing. And so to overcome that, I had to do several things over time. In class, for the rest of high school, I still struggled with it. I did not like giving presentations. But after high school, I eventually joined the Army National Guard as an intelligence analyst. And when I went through my training, part of that training is giving a presentation every week on a presentation that you prepare, normally in the form of a PowerPoint. And the reason being is, as an analyst, we have to brief normally high-ranking Army officials so they're aware of the situations, whether it's on the battlefield or just with their soldiers. So I did that. I had to overcome that just because I had to graduate from the class. I came back to my unit in North Carolina, and I met the major who was over me, and he had me give him an informal presentation on a current event, and he liked what I was doing. He asked if I was willing to brief the brigade commander if I felt comfortable doing that, which I didn't feel comfortable doing that. I was hoping he wouldn't make me do that my first drill. But he said that you're going to do it anyway. So I got up there, I briefed a full bird colonel, my first official drill with my unit, and I did a fairly good job, I felt like. Didn't struggle with anything. And when I was done my presentation and said, "Sir, I'm done. Any further questions?" He said, "Hold on." And he actually stood up and said that I gave a better presentation as a private than many of the officers who were in the room. There was probably 20 or 30 officers in the room. They all got up and gave me a standing ovation. And that just goes to show that even though it was a fear of mine, and still I don't enjoy public speaking, I learned to overcome it. And the way I did that was basically, I look at it as, I've got to do this presentation. Me stressing about it is not going to help. I'll stress about it after. I'll get up there and get it done. And by doing it that way, if I stress about it after I'm done, there's nothing to stress about. It's already behind me. So I hope this helped. And if you have any questions, feel free to let me know. And I hope the rest of you have a great time in class.